My wife's family staged an intervention about my affair, so I handed over my phone. What they found made her sister fall to her knees, begging for forgiveness. I've been married to Lucia for almost 5 years now. We met at a friend's barbecue, and I knew she was the one within weeks, so we got married a year later. I honestly thought we were solid, but her family never accepted me. I'm not from their culture, I don't speak their language, and I don't go to their church. So to them, I was always just the outsider who stole their precious daughter. Her parents were cold from the very beginning. At our wedding, her mom hugged Lucia and whispered something in their language, and I watched Lucia's face fall for just a second before she forced a smile. She never told me what was said, but I felt it. Her sister Gina was the worst, though. At every dinner, she found a way to twist the knife with that fake smile of hers. She would say things like, "It's a shame you can't understand us. Lucia used to date a nice boy from our church who's a doctor now, and he still asks about her." It made my blood boil, but I never said anything. What none of them knew was that I had been secretly working on something special for our 5th anniversary, a custom ring and a trip to Italy, and I never told anyone because I wanted it to be perfect. Lucia told me her parents wanted us over for lunch, and I didn't think anything of it. But when we walked in, her whole family was already sitting in the living room waiting for us. Her mom, her dad, and Gina, and nobody smiled or said hello, so I knew something was very wrong. Her mom stood up slowly and placed a folder on the coffee table, and my heart started pounding because I had no idea what was happening. She pulled out a printed screenshot of a text conversation between me and a woman, and the messages were cropped, so all you could see was me saying, "Can't wait to see you again," and "She has no idea." I immediately knew how bad this looked. Before I could even open my mouth, she pulled out another screenshot of a woman smiling at the camera that was cropped, so you couldn't see what she was holding, and then a hotel booking confirmation with my name on it. Her mom looked at me like I was nothing and said, "Explain this," with her voice shaking from anger. Gina stepped forward with her arms crossed and this satisfied look on her face and announced that she grabbed my phone when I left it on the counter during a family dinner and sent herself everything because she just knew something was wrong with me. Her dad slammed his hand on the table and shouted, "I told you from the beginning, Lucia, men like him can't be trusted," and I knew exactly what he meant by that. Her mom broke down crying and said I was throwing her daughter away like trash after 5 years together, and Gina piled on saying Lucia deserved someone from their own culture who actually respected her and not someone like me. Her dad shot up from his chair and pointed at the door, screaming at me to get out of his house, while her mom said I made her sick. I turned to Lucia, desperate for her to say something or defend me like she always did, but she just looked up at me with tears streaming down her face and whispered, "I wish I had listened to them from the start." That one broke me because after 5 years of loving this woman, she couldn't even ask for my side. Gina was smirking like she had finally won. I took a slow breath, pulled out my phone, and handed it to her mother. "Read the full conversation, then tell me what kind of man I am." Her mom grabs my phone and opens the full conversation, and I watch her expression completely change as she scrolls through every message. She sees the full uncropped photo, and her hands start trembling as she passes it to Lucia's dad, who reads it and immediately snaps his head toward Gina. The woman in the texts is a jeweler named Janet, who I had been working with on a custom anniversary ring for Lucia. The cropped messages were about the final fitting and keeping the surprise hidden from her. The photo is Janet holding up the finished ring at her shop, and the hotel is booked for our anniversary trip to Italy. Gina had screenshotted everything and cut out all the context just to frame me. Lucia grabs the phone and sees everything, and her whole body starts shaking as she sobs into her hands. Her mom turns to Gina with her voice cracking. "How could you do this to your own sister?" Gina goes completely pale. I thought I was protecting her. I step forward and look her dead in the eyes. "You weren't protecting anyone. You saw exactly what you wanted to see because you never wanted me in this family from the start." Gina dropped to her knees sobbing while her mom wouldn't even look at her. Lucia grabbed my hand and looked at Gina. "Get out." Then she turned to me with tears in her eyes. "I'm so sorry. I should have trusted you. We're still going to Italy next month." Guess Gina should have married that doctor instead.